that we are all alone. We are alone to walk the path of the life.
Okay.
My master used to say, once you are awakened, you follow your own path, and I follow my own path. That is the journey of Eastern wisdom, where we discover our real self. Take one example. Someone wants to know you, where you are in Princeton, how to reach there. So even if I know you, I have to reach there. What about me? If I know myself, do I have to reach anywhere? I have not to reach anywhere. All our actions comes to an end, and I know myself. That is the journey of the self-discovery. That is why the Master says we walk the path alone does not mean that we become lonely. Why? What is the difference between being alone and lonely? In loneliness, my mind is expecting something to be done with reference to a person, an object, or a place. But being alone means all one. All one. That is the journey of the real self. But how to be alone, all one? I have to find out whether there is a common element, including our current president and elect president, me and you. There is one common element, and that is our real self. That is pure consciousness. So when you veil that pure consciousness, your real nature, then what happens? Why you veil? Because the mind has some expectation. Who veils? The personal self, not the real self. What is personal self made up of? Of desire, of expectation, of anxiety, of fear. Why it is so? Because I am attached to the objects, to the people, to the things around myself. So what happens when I drop the attachment? What happens when I drop the attachment? Now this mind looks at the real self, dropping that attachment. Now see one more thing. When I come face to face with the real self, I need not to create this here real self. I discover. Do I need to create a space even when I see your house, my house, street, highways in the same space? No. The space exists. It continues to exist. Do I need to create water looking at millions of waves in an ocean? Water is already there. Same way, that real self is always there. That is why we say meditation, mindfulness at a higher stage is effortless, natural. We need not to practice. We have to simply know it. When you know it, you are liberated from the suffering, from the anxiety. What is that anxiety and suffering? To the root cause of the fear is the fear of death. But why there is a fear of death? Because my mind is attached to the body, claims that I am the body. So when I discover my real self is all pervading, it is deeper than the infinite space, it is pure consciousness, then that fear is gone. That is what we say, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Moving from ignorance to wisdom that takes us to the highest state of meditation or mindfulness. That is why during the childhood, when we were really born, hardly few months, that garbage of attachment, of identification is not there. We look so spontaneous and natural. And that naturalness and the spontaneity is lost by cultural conditioning, social conditioning, religious conditioning, conditioning coming from the education, society, and relations, people, place, and objects. And that conditioning is so deep, my friend, that the mind starts assuming that without the person in front of me, I will lose everything. But existence takes away that person and we continue to exist. We don't realize, but what we do, we create an attachment with another person. You see the beauty of understanding and you see the fallacy and the delusion of the mind. What is that delusion? What is that fallacy? What is that false self? My house is constantly changing. It has become 30 years old, but my mind wants to claim it is as new as I think in my mind. Apply the same logic to the body. Body has become old. I told you we had a good friend in Princeton and he was 70 years old and his anxiety was, when I was 40 I had no problem. Who was 40? Body was 40. Now this body is 75. It has become old. But my mind does not want to accept that it has become old. I should take extra care. No, I had no problem when I was 40. Now why I have a problem? Why? Because I am deeply obsessed that I am the body. Master says, know it, separate in your mind, in the field of awareness that I am not the body, I am what I am. That is pure consciousness. That is the journey of meditation. You see, everything is changing, what is seen. And I want to hold on to it. Why? My mind wants to hold on to it. Because I am attached. Identify myself with that. See that simple thing. Simple thing. So Krishna, our great master, whose dialogue is there in the Gita, who says, when one is not get attached to the objects of the senses and the works, he perceives the object and the people who are changing constantly as it is, then what happens? He lives and works in meditative state. Look at the truth. I buy vegetable it is bound to change. You leave it for 2 weeks, it gets rotten. I have to throw it out. But I am the seer. I did not change. When the veggie came, I bought it. When it became rotten, I remain the same. But why I get upset? Because I am attached. I identify with it. Until you drop this identification, mindfulness cannot succeed in our life. It does not mean that we should throw everything out. We should throw that idea of identification in the mind that creates an ego sense. And then ego sense says, this is I am. Look at my body. I am still young. But deeper inside there is a fear of death because I identify myself with the body. You drop the identification of the body. The mind says, I am free, liberated. I cannot be known as old because the body has become old. And if that is so, then if I live in 100-year-old house, then I am 100-year-old. This idea, this knowledge, this awareness should be recalled and repeated again and again in the mind, so that this mind gets purified and it reveals the true nature. That revelation of a true nature is nothing but the state of mindfulness, meditation. What is the Well, I always love to repeat it. You might have heard again and again. There was another great master who says, Yadi deham prathakratyaha. If you first become aware of the body, second level, ask your mind, is body you or you are separate from the body? The body is constantly changing, but you inside remain the same. You are at the time of the birth, when the name was given, 10 years old, and 20 years old, and 40 years old, and 50 years old, and who is this I dwelling in the home that is known as the body? And that is our real self. So this master says, first become aware of the body. Check if there is any identification. Me, mine, I am the body. Drop this identification. That is in the mind. Well, okay, you drop the identification. What happens? That the body becomes steady. When the body becomes steady, then see where the mind is jumping. If the mind is jumping inside, calm down and tell the mind that now you do not have any object when you move the mind inside. In that state, we experience. The mind reflects our true nature. So that is what he says literally, Yadi deham prathakratya. If we separate our body from the identification created in the mind, what is going to happen? The mind drops the identification, mind settles inside, then allow the mind to rest within. Once you allow the mind to rest within, mind becomes a transparent mirror, then only it reflects our true nature. The way, if you have ripples in the water in an ocean, in a full moon night, you see the moon, the distorted image of the moon. When the same mind comes down, transparent, it reflects that moon sitting near us, our true nature. Last point, and then we will do the practice. It's quite interesting. One master puts a beautiful argument to lead us to break that notion of identification. So what he says, oh, do you experience the sensation? Yes, I experience the sensation. So tell me, the master is asking, tell me, weight, height of the sensation. There is no shape, size, weight, height of the sensation. It is because of that sensation my mind says I am the body. I own my house. This is my house. This is my house. What is this? This is knowledge, feeling, sensation. What is the shape, size of this sensation? Which says belongingness. There is no shape, size. Go back. Do you have a pain? Okay, let me know how much it weighs. What is the shape and the size, the length and the width of this? So when you start looking like this, the mind breaks that identification and we enter into a meditative state. The moment the mind breaks the identification, the mind looks within, lives within, and then it perceives that reality. That is what the journey of the self-discovery, meditation, and so what is happening? One point where we started, we walk the path alone. Let us sleep together. Doesn't make any sense. I have my own sleep, you have your own sleep. Do you see that? Sleeping, the sleep state is purely personal. So the way meditation, we may have 50 people doing meditation with me, but every individual has his or her personal meditative state. That is another meaning that in this journey, first, from a person we become a seeker by understanding these principles, and then we realize the seeker has to walk alone to succeed in this journey of the self-discovery. Otherwise, Buddha could have liberated everyone on this earth. He resolved, I am awakened, I will make everyone awakened. So what did he say? I will continue to take rebirth until every human being is awakened. Means he will be a pointer, he will be a mentor, he will be a guide, but he cannot force every human being in the state of meditation or deliberation. I have to treat my own path. So let us start our practice of meditation. Close your eyes and close your eyes. First, being comfortable. Now we will go again in a very simple way. We walk the path alone. Eyes are closed. First thing. Eyes are closed. Become aware why the eyes are closed, my friend. Eyes are closed because sense organ cannot help me to know the reality. Sense organs are by itself limited. How it can help me to know the real self? Sense organ has its limitations, so symbolic. Eyes are closed, become aware of all the sense organs. Is the tongue wants to say something as a motor organ, check it, become aware. As a taste, is the mind thinking of some food? No. Eyes are already closed. Only thing, the ears are listening my instructions. Then look at the body. Now, the way you can have any position of the body. What is very important is the steadiness of the body. Look at the head and the neck. So he is looking, the mind, and the next moment that we make the mind subtle, we take this mind from the matter to the subtle experience of sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. You see that? We don't stay there for long. That is the key of understanding. Look at the shoulder joints. Be there. Why I'm doing slowly? Because you can check easily if the mind stays there. If the mind stays there, mind is not wandering. You are not creating anything in meditation. You are discovering what is already there within you. So look at the shoulder joints. Who is looking? Mind. How it is looking? Being aware. When you are aware, you feel. So I say feel what? Sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. If the mind follows these words, which are so simple, 100%, because if the mind is wandering, it means mind is seeking something from outside. If it is seeking something outside, it means it is attached. So during the practice, the mind jumps, and that is where we have to bring it back, my friend. Look at the hip joint. Be there. Just be there and aware. And in that awareness, you experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. How simple it is. Look at the entire body. Take your time. Move the mind. Or you start looking at the body with a very slow speed from the neck joint to shoulder joints. What we are doing? Our purpose is to make the mind subtle so it loses its obsession with the sense organ that perceives the world of name and the form and the objects in the world. No, but my eyes are closed, how can I see? That is the trick of the mind. Mind will imagine, project. So move the mind slowly, gently on the joints. First the neck joint, shoulder joints, spine, elbows, hip, knees, ankles, toes, and experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Again, experience sensation in the body is there without doing anything. Then experience being comfortable. Yes, that too is good. Then experience steadiness in the body. It is the steadiness in the body. It is not the steadiness of the body. That is most beautiful point the master points out. That steadiness doesn't come from the mind by making an effort and holding and forcing. No, we left the body as it is without any interference of the what? Of the mind. In that state, what we do? In that state, you look at, you become carefree. What do you mean by carefree? Yes, you become carefree. What is the meaning of the carefree? The thoughts are coming, let it come and go. So what is the point? That is what we are discussing. We see the thoughts are the things present in the mind, but different from me, separate from me. That is the key. So how do we process? There is no need to process. You just see the thought and become aware that they are separate from you. The way you know me, I'm separate from you. So that is what I say, that the sky, the birds are flying. Where? In the sky. But it does not touch. It does not touch the sky. Look at it. How beautiful. So thoughts are coming and going. Let it come and go. Let it come and go. Thoughts are coming, you become aware, wonderful. But what you do with these thoughts, let it come, let it go. What is that means? That is what we understood just now. Mind says, this is my thought. I don't want to change. I want to keep this thought. But it is a part of the matter. It is going to change. Very good. Let the thought come and go. In the state of sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. That is the key. You are then carefree. And when you are carefree, you see that all these thoughts are different from you. Very good. And now, being casual. What is being of casual? You keep awareness on the mind. It is not doing anything. When it is not doing anything, then what happens? The mind continues to live within. That is the way it should be. But still we find the past impressions in the mind cause some trigger in the mind. What should we do? We should settle the mind inside the body. And I have given many a times. We are doing it again in a different way. Just look at the head and the neck. Looking, awareness. What is just outside the head and the neck? Just outside the head and the neck, there is a space. Become aware of the space. Very good, you become aware of the space. And then move the mind from the space to the head and the neck. So you feel the sensation. Be there on that sensation. You will experience what you will experience. You will experience relaxation. You will experience stillness. The stillness becomes deeper. So what we are doing, we are settling the mind. We are saying to the mind, you need not to go anywhere. I will help you to discover the real happiness. That is our intent. Very good. So look at the right arm. So first, the moment you look at the right arm, the reference point is? The reference point is, my friend, the reference point is the space all around the right arm. Okay, the space all around the right arm. Very good. And then bring the mind closer from the space to the right arm. You find, what do you find? You find the sensation. Very good. Live into that sensation. And in that sensation, you experience the stillness, recognize it, appreciate it, be there, finished. How simple it is. Looking at the left arm, be there. Where? On the left arm. What we are doing on the left arm? Doing nothing. We become aware of the space all around. All around where? All around the left arm, we feel the sensation. Just be aware of the sensation. And when you are aware of the sensation, you will experience relaxation and stillness. This is what is happening. Look at the rib cage. All around the rib cage is the space just outside the rib cage. And from the space, you go to the rib cage again. You are there. Be there. So when you are there, you continue, you maintain your awareness there. Very good. So when you become aware, so what happens? You feel the sensation. So when you feel the sensation, so what happens? You experience the stillness, relaxation and stillness. Little deeper, first into the belly. Very good. So when you look into the belly, you feel, what do you feel? First the space all around. First we move outside and then we move inside. From the space to the belly we feel, what do we feel? We feel this relaxation, and then we experience the stillness. Look at it. Then look at the right leg. We feel. So the space is all around. Be clear. Yes, you see the space. From the space you move your mind to the right leg. Very good. So when you move it, you feel the deepening of the sensation, and when you feel that, no issue. Experience the relaxation and the stillness. How simple it is. Look at the left leg being there, space all around. Feel from the space, move the mind from the space to the left leg. Be there, feel sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Very good. The entire body, from the top of the head to the toes. Very good. Top of the head to the toes. There is a space all around. There is no doubt about it. I'm not saying that you should imagine, hallucinate. No hallucination. Look at the entire body from the crown to the toes, first part. Then become aware of the space, second part. Then from the space, move the mind to the body. So you are moving into the space. There is no object. So the mind will not wander. That is the key. That is what I customize. And then you see the entire body. You feel the sensation. You experience relaxation and stillness. So now the mind is inward moving. Mind is living within. Very good, the mind is living within. So the mind needs some object to hang on in the beginning. So let us hang on the mind on the breath. But on the breath, we do it with a three-pointed awareness. How? Look at the breath. So when you look at the breath is going in and out. Very good. First point of awareness of the breath. Okay. Then, second point of awareness of the breath, when the breath goes in, you feel the sensation at the tip of the nose. When the breath comes out, you feel the sensation of the breath inside the nose. Third point, that we ask the mind, please do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You see that? Okay, I do not change. So you are keep looking at the breath going in and out. You feel the sensation of the breath, and you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. How simple it is. And in that state, just keep looking at the state. But do you see the space all around in that awareness of the breath? Become aware also of this infinite space all around and see what happens. The mind wanders. Remember the three-point awareness of the breath and return again to the three-pointed awareness of the breath and become aware of the infinite space all around. That is the real journey. do nothing, remain as you are in that state of doing nothing. In that state of doing nothing means we are fully aware we are not doing anything. When we do nothing, what happens? We reveal our true nature, the pathless path. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences, then bring the hands down and we will share our experiences now.